Hi, good morning everyone, and welcome to AJ's allotment. Today is the 2nd of June and it's Sunday, and I know this because yesterday was my birthday, so I actually know the date for once. So I'm up in my shed because it's just started raining. So I've just got up here, not got a lot done, and the heavens have opened. It was actually forecast for this afternoon, but it's decided to come early. But I can't say I'm that disappointed because the weather really needed to break. It's been so dry and my water butts were running a bit low, so I'm really pleased it is raining. But the question is now, do I go outside and continue in the rain and get soaked through, or do I just sit here for a little while and see what happens? So I'm really enthusiastic. The relief of making that decision to go down back to the one plot has really sort of allowed me that space that I needed to think of what I want from this plot, and I feel like I've been moving forward. So yeah, I've done a lot more direct sowing. Oh, that rain is really coming down now. So I've done some more direct sowing. Now we've got this shed, the children are so much more on board, which for me was one of my biggest issues moving through the summers, is that the kids never wanted to come down, but because they're going to have this area, like now it's raining, it means it's a bit more comfortable and it means that I'll be able to get a bit more done. The heavens have well and truly opened. Can you hear? Yeah, so today I've just really come up to sow some carrots and fill another one of the pallet collars up. So moving forward, that's what I'm going to be aiming to do, is to get more raised beds, get some more permanent features in. So, okay, the weather's easing off a bit now. So before, this is where we had the fence, and now this is where I've got my shed. So this area is going to be like a little patio area. I just need to source some slabs to get that sorted, although some of last year's gladioli are coming up, so I might have to dig those up and see what happens. So this, I need to sort out some better weed membrane, because this is where these are banana, they're from the Real Sea catalogue, and they're like a banana squash, a blue banana, and they're quite a rare one, so I really hope they survive and are successful, and they're going to trail. It says they need a lot of space, so the idea is that they will trail down, and hopefully I can save some seeds, keeping that variety alive. Obviously my comfrey, I've been cutting it a little bit, but it needs a good chop now, although the bees are loving it. So that's the squash. Then I used the fence that we took down there and popped it up here, and I've sown some cucumbers in the grow bag. I'm not sure it's going to suffice, but we'll see what happens. And I think I've sowed some radishes in there. I've got another grow bag here which I've put some Mange 2 in, so they can scrabble up that, and I still need to decide what I'm doing there. And then I've got my strawberry bed, which this year has not been great, but it's they were just first year runners, so I wasn't expecting great things from that. This butternut squash is just not moving right now. I think it got checked a bit with the weather because it did turn a bit chilly. I need to put a bit more compost on this bed as well. And as you can see, there's a rogue potato plant come from right underneath this, even though there's like cardboard underneath it. The courgettes seem to be doing okay. These are again a variety. What's this one? This middle one is a bought one, which is this one, but I think these are mine from home, and they're a variety again from the Real Sea catalogue. I'm going to put an extra one in just in case. Now I know they're quite cramped, but they are a dwarf bush variety. I put my peppers in here, and they seem to be doing okay. They're a bit small. We have a few buds showing. The peas are looking a bit low. I think the birds have been at them. And then there's some Mange 2 at the back. Again, they're not looking fantastic, but hopefully now we've got this rain, they'll really pep up. It's so fresh. Now this, I cannot tell you how pleased I am. This is the Morton's red salad. I saved my own seed last year. I've already picked this 4 times in the last 2 weeks and it just keeps coming back, and it is the best salad leaf ever. It stays crispy in the fridge, you know, it'll keep for, you know, up to 2 weeks in the fridge quite happily, without going limp. It's just fantastic and it's beautiful. So I'm keep sowing that. I did do some more sowings, they're just starting to pep up, but as you can see it's so dry. I think I put some radish in there, I can't remember. And as you can see, the blooming mare's tail has decided to rear its ugly head on this plot again. It's never really been a problem up here, but it's just starting to work its way up. Another potato plant. I can't have got them out last year. Spinach has gone to seed, and I've just got a row of calendula down here for my oils and salads. I've direct sown in this bed the Gigante butter beans. Now I'm really looking forward to those. Last year I got no butter beans whatsoever and it's made me grumpy all year round, so hopefully they will do really well. And then there's some nasturtiums looking a bit sorry for themselves in the middle, but like I say, we've been so dry, it's just been impossible to keep everything watered. So hopefully now we're getting a bit of rain, they'll all pep up a bit. Moving on, this is where I've done my direct bean sowing. So I think I told you on the last video. Let's see if we've got anything coming up. There's one, but it doesn't look very healthy. It's not very healthy at all, look. It's like concrete on them. Hopefully they'll recover. They're not looking great right now. And then we've got nasturtiums which are going to cover the ground in the middle. I am going to do some backup sowings, but it's just so dry and drab. And in here is where I've got my climbing beans. They look to have been eaten. There's one there, look. I've got one. There's one. Woohoo! We've got one. And some more just starting to come, and hopefully they won't get eaten. Well, that makes 2. So they are popping up, so good water and hopefully they'll recover. And then there's a couple of the other beans, they are coming up, they're just not very happy. Oh no! So I'm going to do some backup sowings. And then this is my brassica bed, so I managed to get this bit worked the other day. So I've got all the old sprouting broccoli out, no, what was they? Flower sprouts out, and I replaced them with, I don't know actually, what did I put in here? I think they're purple sprouting broccoli. Now I know you shouldn't run on brassica after brassica, but I have, so shoot me, we'll see what happens. And then I've done some direct sowing of some cauliflowers in this one, and then here we have some greyhound cabbages which are just emerging. These are some stragglers I had in the greenhouse, so I'm hoping they might pep up a bit. And then I've done a direct sowing of cabbage, Arctic King I think there. But onions are not looking very happy, never do on here. I've so far never had very successful onions on this plot. Other people do, so I don't know what it is with this one, but I'll give it a go and see what happens. It's just keeping on top of the weeds, as you know. A bit of rain and the weeds come through. They're getting a bit bigger, so might not all be lost. So that's the onions. I'm not sure what's going to go there when they come out, haven't decided yet. The beet's been fantastic. I've been trying to keep it checked because obviously it keeps trying to flower, so I just keep pulling the flower spikes out and eating the smaller leaves, which I've been having a salad, and I've been steaming the big leaves with my main meals, so they've been a real filling that hunger gap that I've got at the moment. I've sown some swede down here in that gap there, because these will obviously be finishing soon and coming out, but they've been fantastic. They're just gorgeous to look at. I love the glossy leaves. But yeah, so they're trying to flower desperately. This area I'm still not kept on top of. Like, I just want to get rid of the grass mainly, but I'm not sure when that's going to happen. Now this tree is the one I brought from home, and it actually had an apple on it last year, and it's just died. I don't know what's caused it, it's just died, so that needs to come out. So what I've been doing today is I've filled this bed up here, and I've sown some carrots, some spring onions, some more carrots, and then some beetroot. And then I've left the back corner because I'm not quite decided. I think I might put some fennel in there. Not decided yet. I was going to get this dug over this morning, but it's starting to rain again, so that's probably just going to get left. So this part of the bed there is going to be for whatever else I've got left that needs to go out. The broad beans have finally started to pick up. Could do with a weed in the middle though. Let's go in. See if we can go in the middle. Right, so we've got some beans forming, finally, at last. I've seen everyone's pictures on the Facebook pages and on the videos. They've already got the beans and eating them. And even though I sowed these in the autumn, they've just took the time. They've just been a bit straggly, but they're here now. The ants are on them, so that means there probably is a bit of black fly. But I can't see that there's a lot, so I'm going to let the ants do their job to keep them protected. And yeah, so a few more weeks yet before I get them beans, but they look healthy. The plants look healthy. They smell fantastic. So oh, you see that? So that's a sure sign that we've got some aphids and things like that. These are my new potatoes I showed you on the last one. Nothing much has changed. I could do to get some compost or straw to earth them up a bit, but if I don't, I don't. We'll see what happens. I'm not terribly fussed. And the apple tree is just beautiful and gorgeous, and it's got fruit on it. What more could I ask for? These are the best apples. I have no idea what variety they are because obviously it's been here for a long time, but they're a good crossover apple. They're nice to eat fresh, they're nice and crisp and red, but also they cook beautifully and hold to the form if you want to use it for pies. So even though we've trimmed this back over the last couple of years, it's still come back really healthy. So what I would like to do is make a bit of a feature around it and try and eradicate this bramble, which just never seems to happen. So the next couple of years I want to try and make a feature around this so we can actually maybe sit under it or something like that, so we can sit at the plot this end. We'll see. Lots of plans. Like I say, I'm really excited all over again, which is really great. But if you look, the brambles just sucker everywhere, and it's just a never-ending battle. What else can I show you? There's not a lot changed really. I laid this membrane down. It needs securing properly. I was umming and ahhing as to whether to put the raspberries here, but I might actually use this as a cut flower patch. I'm still umming and ahhing. It might just stay covered this year. In the meantime, I've put my pumpkins in. So I've got two varieties there. These are Halloween pumpkins. So I've got Big Macs, which I sowed from seed, and then there's the two ones that I bought from the garden centre, which are called Ghost Rider. So I've got two varieties there. But hopefully, I mean, they've not been eaten over the last few days, so that's a good sign, and they'll be welcome in this rain that we're having. The rhubarb's doing really well. The back area, the nettles are staying down at the moment, so we just need to keep working on that and keeping that as it is, and just keeping this area trim. But you know, we took this bramble out and it's just grown back twice as fast. I'm not sure what we're going to do about it. I think we're just going to have to keep it in check. The rhubarb's not been great this year from this patch. I'm not sure why. It's just the way it is, and we'll just have to hope it comes back really good next year. There's a lot of mare's tail in there this year. Never had that up this end really. So I've got a few more pulls on that, and then I might just leave it to rest for the rest. Crikey, that rain's really coming down now, so I don't think I'm going to get any more work done today. Just show you the Victoria plum. So these are growing nicely, but usually we never get to them in time because they normally get the wasp larvae in them. So, or last year they got a disease on them. I've got some kale going on here, so I'm not sure how viable they'll be by the end of the year, but this is a dual rootstock one, so there's like a little cooking plum that comes on it, and those are these ones. They're a bit smaller. I don't know if you can see. They're a bit smaller and round compared to these, which are like oval shaped, but I'm not sure if you can see because of the light. They're up there, so they're growing nicely. We'll see. I've got the tomatoes out. Hopefully we won't get any blight. Like I showed you those last time, and like I say, the garlic's not, it's not looking 100%. There's a little bit of rust coming on it, but we'll see. But I suppose the star of the show has to be the Jerusalem artichokes. Look at those, absolutely stood up tall and proud. Really strong plants. Not everyone's cup of tea, but I've got a friend who absolutely adores them, so I grow them primarily for her. And you know, we do a bit of a swap it, and that's what it's all about. The kale's hanging in there, the Calvo de Nero, so there's a little bit of whitefly, not a lot. And then there's some carrots I've sown. They're just coming, so I've just seen those today, so good water, and hopefully they'll get stronger. And then I put my leeks out. Yes, they're a bit small, but I'm hoping now they're in, they might start bulking up. Fingers crossed. But there's a lot of weed already. That's because I disturbed the soil, so we've already got some weeds poking through. But yes, I've still got quite a bit going on. This area is another problem area, a few of those. So let me show you this salad patch. The spinach is now starting to have its day. I'll still take the smaller leaves, and then I've got a few more rows of direct sowing gone in there, and some red lettuce. But this bed's struggling a bit this year. Last year it was really good, now it's struggling. But oh my goodness, let me just quickly show you. How beautiful are these calendula? Like, these have got to be the best I've ever had. They've self-seeded from last year that I put in. They're the pins and needles, or needles and pins, I can't remember which way round it is on the packet, but look at those, absolutely stunning large heads on them. So I'm not going to move it, even though it's not supposed to be there, because it is beautiful. They're the best I've ever seen. They're absolutely massive. So yeah, really chuffed with those, even though they are volunteers. So yeah, like I say, the tomatoes are in. I've got a few flowers there. They're not huge, but that's my fault because I didn't put them on or look after them or anything. So it's my own fault that way. I am a messy gardener. Whew, I feel like I'm waffling on 100 miles an hour. Oh, it's because I'm getting wet. So the pear tree is looking quite okay-ish, although I say that, but we've got a bit of rot gone on. What's gone on? So it looks like I've lost a lot of my pears. Oh well. So these again are a dessert pear. There is, look, there's quite a lot of them. Oh dear. Oh dearie dearie. So they weren't like that the other day. So I'm not sure what's caused that. Is it disease? Have they got scorched in the sun? There's a nice healthy one there. Oh, so maybe we're not going to have many pears. Okay. But they're a dessert pear, so they're more for like making puddings with. So I've got this compost bin here which needs dealing with really. It's a bit dry in there, so I need to sort that out. And then I need to sort the coal frame out, which as you can see has been used as a dumping ground, because this is a bit of a wasted area, so I think I need to get that moved and then open this bed up and have a nice bed here. But it is quite shady because we've got this big tree here and we've got the hedgerow there, so it does get quite shady. Obviously we get a lot of birds in this area, so I'm not sure what would go well here, but that'll be next year's job. I'm not even going to try to tackle that right now. Obviously I did have a flower patch here last year, but the grass has taken over again. So I don't know, we can maybe have one big bed, not sure, but for now we'll just keep it trimmed down. I need to sort the rest of these strawberries out. It's just full of grass, it's wild. So this whole area needs addressing. So I'm not sure what I could do with it. Any ideas? Like I say, it's quite shaded. Let me show you. So it's got this, which is huge. So it is quite a shady patch. It does get hot and sunny, but it then gets quite a lot of shade, and like I say, it's full of birds. So any suggestions what would grow really well in a bed if I put a bed in here? Like I say, the strawberries don't do that well. There's only a few. And then this is the other patio area. I've got a picnic bench to come up here. I'm going to put some flower pots. We've cleared all down the side of here because it was unsecure. This is where people have been getting in as well through the hole in the fence, so we've secured that up as best we can. And as you can see, I've not fixed my shed because I think if you've got a lock on it, people are more likely to break into it. As you can see, they broke it already, so just got a little tab. But this is my junk shed, which needs tidying out. Dare I show you? I'll let you have a quick peek. And that is it. That's as quick as you're gonna get because it's a mess. But yeah, so we've cut all this back, and we've really been tackling those problem areas. And as you can see, it's been cut back at the back. But we have an awful lot of birds in here, so I really want to put some stands in and some bird boxes to give them that extra bit of security and areas to feed. But that's it. I feel like I did that super fast and super rambly. I hope you can hear me well. I'm using my hand in the way. I'm using my new phone, so I'm not sure what the sound's like on it yet. I'm hoping that I'm going to get a new camera and things pretty soon. In fact, I didn't show you the currant bushes, so we'll have a little stroll over there. But yeah, it's certainly coming on. I'm hoping to see some improvement. These pears are okay. Look, I got distracted, I'm sorry. These pears are fine. So I don't know what's happened with those ones. Any ideas? Please leave your comments below why my two pear trees are very different. Is it a disease? Is it a bug? Is it scorching? Because these ones don't look as bad. There's a few. Oh, what's this? Is it a disease? Oh. I think we have a bit of a disease on the trees. Okay, I have to look up what that is. The black currants are just starting to form. Can you see? Is it zooming in? Like I say, there we go, look. So they're just starting to form nicely there. These are the best black currants ever. So although look at this bugger. Protruding through my blackcurrant is a bramble the size of Jurassic Park. That's how I feel like it up here. I feel like I'm at Jurassic Park. I'm expecting a dinosaur to jump out. Look, it suckers right through. So the problem with that is, can you see? Sorry, it's not focusing very well. The bramble that suckers through, it's huge. And what happens then, it means that when I bring the children up, they can't help pick things because I'm worried because of the thorns on this. Look at this. Hang on. Let me see if I can focus it in. Probably can't see. So it's a new phone. It's got these tiny, tiny, sharp thorns all over it. Yeah, it's got the tiny sharp thorns all over it, and anyway, if you put your hands on them, you're going to feel it. So I need to address that before the kids come up and help. The gooseberries are nearly ready, and they're looking just about right for picking. So obviously we've got an awful lot of them to pick, and I've ordered, which should be coming today, one of those proper scoopers, you know, like you brush through and it knocks them off. I mean, I never had one of those before. So yeah, I've ordered one of those. That should arrive in the post today, so hopefully the next day or so we can come and get the gooseberries off without shredding our hands. So yeah, so there's another currant bush here, but unfortunately things have self-seeded all around it, and I'm not sure what's going to happen there, but this hasn't even finished flowering yet. So that's that. As you can see, I've got pretty much comfrey on most beds now. I've propagated it from root cuttings, and I've managed to get some on every bed for mulching and feeding. And obviously it's the accumulator, so it draws to the soil in its area, it draws those minerals to the top of the surface, so other plants benefit from it. So I'm hoping we start to see that this year with what we're growing. Another bramble, and I think I'm going to cry at this moment in time, because no matter how often we prune it, it just keeps coming back. Look at that, it's huge. That one there the other day, literally like 3 days ago, that wasn't even there. Anyway, we'll move forward. So the bees are absolutely loving the comfrey. I've been posting on my Instagram quite a lot of flowers and bees from the garden at home, and we're all about saving the bees. And I think there's still a lot of ignorance about bees, especially with parents and children, and people think that they are harmful, but without them, as you know, we don't have fruit and vegetables. So I'm all about saving the bees. So if you want to help save the bees, I suggest you get a comfrey plant in, because they absolutely love it. Love it, love it, love it. It's fantastic for that, and obviously I'll be cutting it back a bit soon to be creating a mulch. Let's have a look at these beans again. Come around the other side, so ignore the weeds, but we do have some, but they're just not looking very happy. I'm hoping they pick up. Hopefully, hopefully, hopefully. So that's my tour and my waffle. It's still a bit wild, but it's a little bit more organised. Not a lot, but a little. And a little goes a long way, doesn't it? Oh, look at this, sorry. My husband cleared the gooseberries from there, because we could never get to pick the plum tree properly. And it was just a nightmare getting round it. So we've cleared there, so we can access the plum tree, which has come back fantastic. For those of you that follow on my earlier years, we cut this right back because it was huge, and now this year it's properly recovered. It's got a bit of sap on it now. I did ask some advice on a Facebook page. Some people said it was fine, some people said it was damaged. It doesn't appear to be actively bleeding, it just seems to be a couple of sites, and the birds have pecked at it, but it doesn't seem to be anywhere else. So I'm not tremendously worried about that. If anyone who knows a bit more can give me any insight, again, leave a comment below. But it seems to be healthier than it was. If you can see, we have plums here. It does seem to have fruited again, and the leaves look quite healthy. So I think it's okay, but anyone who knows more than I do, please let me know. There we go. So it looks okay. A bit of damage there. But yeah, so there is fruit on it, we'll have to see. But it's got a nice canopy again now. It was a bit bare for a while. And then we've still got a problem corner there to deal with. So this allotment is very much what I